Good afternoon from wherever you may be tuning in from. We want to welcome you to a gloomy and overcast Nampa, Idaho. The rain has come and hopefully left for our afternoon match here, which sees the GNAC heavyweights, the Western Washington Vikings, come to town to play the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks in this men's soccer GNAC matchup. A lot of recent history between these two sides. It was only 11 months ago when the Vikings were stunned by these Nighthawks. Here in Nampa, 2 goals in the final minutes. Of course, we had that screamer by Alan Soto Ortiz. Won't be playing today, however. Did pick up a red card in Thursday's match. And then obviously the header from Jake Levine as well to seal that victory for the Nighthawks, which allowed them to go on that historic postseason run. It's a brand new look for the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. The one to watch for them is the freshman striker Jim Wagenaar from the Netherlands. Team leading 4 goals. The Vikings one to watch is the always dangerous Albin Johnson. GNAC leading 5 goals. Western Washington were stunned on Thursday night by the St. Martin Saints. That game was in Bellingham. 1-0 victory going the way of the Saints. NNU picking up a draw versus the Seattle Pacific Falcons Thursday night here in Nampa, Idaho. That 1-1 draw. We're going to turn it over to Hannah, who will give us the starting lineups. And we'll get back to you very shortly.
Today's match features the Western Washington Vikings and your Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. We also want to give a special welcome to the students and parents in attendance from New Horizons Dual Language School here in Nampa. This month, Northwest Nazarene Athletics joins in celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month, which honors the cultures and contributions of both Hispanic and Latino Americans. From September 15th to October 15th, we are encouraged to share history, heritage, and accomplishments of Hispanic and Latino Americans of past and present. Now let's meet the starters for the Vikings. Number 0, Brandon Locke. Number 2, Lucas Hakamada. Number 5, Ryan Rotter. Number 7, Alvin Johnson. Number 8, Jacob Sunberg. Number 9, Diego Alvarado. Number 13, Edgar Serrano. Number 17, Mitchell Hutter. Number 18, Sebastiano Silvetti. Number 19, Cabell Tespe. Number 23, Elliot Rain. And now let's meet the starters for the Nighthawks. Number 1, from Olympia, Washington, Sawyer Price. Number 2, from Eugene, Oregon, Grady Thurman. Number 3 from Friedrichsdorf, Germany, Zachariah Dayu. Number 4 from Guadalajara, Mexico, Jorge Gonzalez. Number 7 from San Diego, California, Jonathan Cardona. Number 11 from Yakima, Washington, Johnny Ramirez. Number 14 from Valladolid, Spain, Pablo Gonzalez. Number 16 from Falls City, Washington, Sullivan Smith. Number 20 from Den Bosch, Netherlands, Jim Wagenaar. Number 23 from Mission Viejo, California, Cameron Natvis. And number 24 from Yakima, Washington, Jacob Avila. Western Washington's head coach is Greg Brisbane. He's assisted by Chuck Pitts, Matt Zagillis, and Kyle Langowski. NNU's head coach is James Williamson. He's assisted by Julio Castillo, Dane Manley, and Matt Kessler. Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem?
We're just about ready to go here. Final preparations being done. Both teams in their huddles. Had the dual languages program from Nampa here coming out supporting both of these sides. And then you obviously partnering with the school for Latin Heritage Month. We spoke earlier about the history between these two sides. NNU, since 2008, hasn't been too great against the Vikings of Western Washington. 9-16-3 record. However, recently, it's been pretty even. 2-2-1 between the two sides. Obviously, NNU having that big win against them last year to help them on that postseason run that we spoke about earlier. So we're looking forward to a very interesting game here this afternoon in Nampa. As we said, very gloomy, overcast day. Rain looks to have passed for now to allow these two teams to square off. Referees making their final checks. And we're underway. Vikings with the initial tip-off. Throw-in will go the Nighthawks' way. Looks as if that's Zachariah Dow to take the throw-in. Sophomore from Friedrichsdorf, Germany. One of the many international players on this Nighthawks squad. Quick throw-in here by the Vikings. Brought down the sideline by Sundberg. Sundberg still with the ball now. Tries to find that cross in. Cleared well by Jorge Gonzalez, junior from Guadalajara, Mexico. Have another throw in here. Seems as if Safi to take that throw in for the Vikings. NNU is in the black shirts with the red shorts, red lettering. The Vikings, in the full whites with the black lettering. As there's a collection there by Sawyer Price, senior goalkeeper for the Nighthawks. Ball will come out to Avila now, surveying the field. Finds Natvig. Defended well here by the Vikings. Settles with Rotter. Just inside the box now, will fly out. Cardona with it now for the Nighthawks. Has numbers with him. Defended well there by the Vikings. Cleared out by Hutter. We'll have a throw in here for the Vikings on that far side near that Northwest Nazarene University signage. Throw in goes to Serrano. Through ball's played. Will find its way out of bounds. Goal kick going for the Nighthawks here. Looking at the early stages of both of these teams' seasons, Western Washington lead in goals with a 9-7 line. NNU allowing one more goal with 7 compared to the Vikings 6. Comes out to Cardona now. Finds Natvig. Cross in from Cardona, far side. Very well gathered there by Brandon Locke. Intended target of Sullivan Smith. Obviously, we've spoken about NNU's historic postseason run last year. Hasn't been quite the stellar start this year as it was last year. Suffering 3 consecutive losses just before coming back to open up the GNAC season. Playing some very tough competition down in Colorado, or Texas I should say, sorry. Was able to pick up a pretty good preseason win versus Colorado Mesa. Vikings started their season off in California, playing Sonoma State, Chico State, and Concordia Irvine, tallying a win, a tie, and 2 losses before winning 2 in Colorado against the School of Mines and Regis. So both teams playing a lot of really good competition early on. Let's see how it factors into their gameplay today. Comes out now to Hutter. Vikings here still sort of testing out NNU's defense. So have a through ball there, finds its way to the always dangerous Johnson. We spoke about before, Genek leading 5 goals. Also pretty sure he's nationally ranked in that statistic too. The junior from Everett, Washington. Shot here along the ground, saved by Sawyer Price. Seems to have caught him by surprise a bit there. Shot coming from Diego Alvarado. Nat Vig on that far side now. Avila with the through ball. Finds Sully. Sullivan Smith its target. Wagoner now. Another through ball here from the Vikings will play its way back to Sawyer Price. Out to Thurman now, first touch of the game. Through ball finds its way to Cardona now. In space, has Reigns to deal with the shot. Smith with his hands up there, just sort of questioning. Good opportunities starting to present themselves here for the Nighthawks. Obviously had that draw with Seattle Pacific on Thursday night here. Headed well there by Gonzalez. Little head battle here. Cleared well by Avila. Finds its way back to Locke. One of the 3 captains for this Western Washington side. The other 2 being Steinmetz and Hutter. Defended well there by Smith. Unable to find Wagoner there. Counter-attack now for the Vikings. Let's see what they can do. Through ball comes to Alvarado. Cleared out well by Price. Falls to Gonzalez now. Pablo Gonzalez, that is. 2 Gonzalez's on the Nighthawks squad. Both defenders as well. Ramirez now. Finds its way out to Jorge Gonzalez. Pulls up for a second. Finds Smith. Searching for another opportunity now. Nat Vig gets some space. Finds Cardona. Vikings throwing. Cardona not too happy and pleased about it. Seems as if Hutter will take the throw in here. Ball will find its way back to Price. Bryce has played all the minutes for the Nighthawks thus far in the season in net. 7 games, 26 saves. Just the one shutout so far this year, coming against Colorado Mesa. Then we look over at Brandon Locke as well, also playing all the minutes in goals for the Vikings. 2 shutouts for Locke. That ball is skied into the track and field complex. Be a good run for Braden, our ball boy, over there. As that ball is played in and back to the Vikings defenders. Through ball finds the head of Avila. Nat Vig with the ball now. Cuts cross field to Gonzalez. Finds Dow in space. Defended well there by the Vikings, but then given back up. Gonzalez sees Cardona on that far side. Will find Ramirez, however. Ramirez unable to find that through ball to Wagner. Ball cleared by the Vikings. And then cleared out there by Avila. Had 2 other NNU teams playing today. Women's soccer earlier today, drawing with Montana State Billings. And our NNU volleyball team falling to, not sure who exactly they played. I think it was Western Oregon, I'm hearing. Falling in 5 sets to them. Have softball as well, playing a few scrimmage games against Idaho State and Boise State over on the softball complex just behind NNU's goal. Ball falls to Nat Vig now. Using the width very well here are the Nighthawks. Jonah manages to get around his defender. Does have 4 of them to deal with, however. Foul is given there on Cardona. Cardona obviously a very good 2022 campaign last year. One of the few returners for this squad. Quick play the ball out to Nat Vig now. Nat Vig cuts in, finds a cross straight into the hands of Locke. Thurman almost able to get a foot onto it. Through ball played now. Cut off from Johnson by Gonzalez. Ball finds itself with Dow. Ramirez now finds Cardona. Cardona cuts back, has a shot, defended well. Comes out to Wagner. Just misses that outside corner. Found the goalkeeper out of line, away from the goal, had a good angle on it. Just that bit too much wide. Great opportunities now for the Nighthawks. Good fan turnout as well on this sort of rainy day. A lot of towels out, I assume. Very hard to find a seat still. Cut back well by Jorge Gonzalez. Played out to Avila. Switch of field here. Nat Vig now sporting the new haircut. Unable to find Cardona there. A bit too much on it. Thurman now to Ramirez. Ramirez deals with 2. Cleared out well there by Tasafi. Sorry if I am butchering that name. Ball falls with Sundberg. Silvetti now. Searching for a man up front. We'll find it in Alvarado. Alvarado to Johnson. Deflected off the back, and then a sky ball from Natvig there. Wagner getting a bit physical there, and the foul will be given. Ball played back to Silveretti now. Hutter through the middle. Finds Sundberg. Sundberg to Johnson with the chip just over the net. It was a very good play of the ball there. Johnson looking for his 6th goal of the season. Just that bit wide there. So opportunities now presenting themselves for both sides. Matter of which one will open up the scoring first. Vela will find Dow on this near side here. Plays it back to Thurman. Thurman unable to get his way around number 5 in Ryan Rotter. Beautiful play of the ball here by the Vikings. Ball will fall with Price, however. Not sure what went on there, just a little lapse in judgment. Ball will go out, however, for Western Washington. Have a throw in and change of field for them. Finds its way to Sundberg. Silvetti now. Plays it out to Hakamada, the junior from Bothell, Washington. Finds itself with Safasi. Kicked out by Vikings. Throw in for the Nighthawks. Played back to Locke here. Of course, we spoke earlier, no Alan Soto Ortiz in for today's match. Picked up a red card on Thursday against Seattle Pacific. Not a whole lot of chipping going on at the moment between these two sides. Obviously, two heavyweights, you sort of expect a bit of lip between one another, but nothing so far. That cross is in and just out past the far side for a goal kick. But we'll see how no Ortiz in the lineup affects the Nighthawks. Obviously, we can't speak highly enough about him as a player, and of course that goal he scored against this very same team last year. Absolute screamer of a volley in the dying seconds of that match to tie it up. Through ball, unable to find its target of Smith. will fall with the Viking defenders. Played out to Silvetti. Seems to be all Vikings ball at this point. Was NNU for quite a while. Sort of switched now. Johnson making a run. Defended well by Natvig, but it will be a throw-in for the Vikings. Just under 25 minutes left to play. Ball has played out to Sundberg in space. Finds its way around Dow. No, well defended there by Zachariah Dow. Throw in coming the way of the Vikings. Quick short one here. Finds its way to Serrano. Crossed in now. Foul's given. So far, a very strong defensive showing from both sides. Thurman pushed over now. Looks like it will be a foul. Committing that foul is Edgar Serrano. Thurman with the quick play of the ball now. Comes out to Pablo Gonzalez. Able to find Cardona on that far side. Beautiful through ball there. Or cross, I should say. Not really much of a through ball. Played back to Price. Falls with Johnson now. Johnson has two of his players in the box. Saved well there by Price. Unable to be cleared just yet. Foul will be given. Ramirez dishing it out to what looked like Hakamada. Free kick coming now for the Vikings. Looks like Ryan Rodder will take it. Let's see what he's got in store for this game. Almost halfway through this first half, still 0-0, knotted up. Rotter now with the cross. Defended well there by Natvig. Calls for handball there from the Vikings players. Referee's not having a bar of it. Finds its way out to Johnson now. Two defenders on him. Finds his way past both of them, but cleared out well by the Nighthawks. We'll have our first corner of the game. Would be interesting to note whether the Vikings players have that sense of what happened to them last year in the back of their minds coming back to Nampa. Of course, I'm not inside their brains, so I wouldn't know. Corner coming now. Serrano with a cross to the top of the box. Cleared out there by Cardona. Lock now. Brought down well by Hutter. Finds his way around Thurman. Thurman giving chase. Manages to keep it in. Falls with Wagner now. Beautiful triangle play here. Wagner unable to find Smith. Looks like we might be having our first substitutions of this match. Ball's caught out there. Gonzalez unable to kick it in time. First subs of the game coming in for Western Washington. Number 10, Andrew Rotter. Assuming that is the brother of Ryan. And number 14, Kyota Hayate, senior from Shiga, Japan. Spent some time in Hawaii Pacific playing for the Sharks, obviously of the Pac West. Ball falls with Pablo Gonzalez now. Silvetti finds its way out to Rains. Rains through the middle, unable to find Rodder there. Will fall with the Nighthawk defenders. Thurman, good ball there to Dow. Manages to keep it in. Johnson now, did he stay on side? No flag up yet. Cross saved well there. Looks like a little deflection there off of Natvig. Saved well there by Price. Throwing for the Vikings now. Right next to that GNAC champion sign that NNU got to hang last year. Obviously for the men's soccer, only one team advances. There is no conference tournament. So it is very much like the Premier League in terms of if you're the top of the leader after the last game, you are the winner. There is no playoffs. Of course, that is only just for the GNAC. We'll have a corner here. Edgar Serrano to take it yet again. Price getting his boys in check. Cross comes in. Far side post. Corner given the other way now. NNU with some defending to do here. With defense as good as the Vikings, any goal here just makes it that much more difficult. Needing to score 2 instead of 1. Crosses in. Skied over to Meridian. Then cleared well by Wagner into the midfield. Chase given by Cardona. Falls with Brandon Locke now. Locke with a clearance. Eventually finds its way with Sundberg. Sundberg will take it down the line here. Dow giving chase. Throw in here. Sorry, goal kick here for the Nighthawks. Dow able to induce a kick from Sundberg that was able to go out. Have a stoppage of clock here, unsure why. Not sure the reasoning, just out of my peripheral vision from up here in the booth. Seems like it is an injury of some description, unsure of who. Is an NNU player as we have Usman Garba filling in. Usman Garba, the freshman from Yaoundé, Cameroon. When we find out who that was, we will get to you with it. Looks as if it was Thurman. Ball finds Ramirez. Out to Dow. Dow with some space. Throw in here for the Vikings. Finds its way to Silvetti now. Sungbird cuts back in. Ball is through ball. Target of Johnson unable to get a foot on it. Cardona now on that far side. Beautiful 1-2 there with Ramirez. Cardona gets past his defender, has Wagner in the box, unable to find him. Counter-attack here now for the Vikings. It's played out to Sundberg on this near side. Ball played to Natvig. Finds Garber for his first touch of the game. Settles back with Dow. Avila now. Opportunity starting to present itself here for the Vikings. Played out to Sundberg by Serrano. Defended well. Dow unable to find Wagner there. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson dances round Gonzalez. Oh, shot across goal there. Not sure how far away that was from missing that far post. Thought Gonzalez had a chance there to sort of stop that. Johnson stayed with that ball, managed to find his way around him. Got 3 new substitutions in for the Vikings. Caden Wall, number 6. Number 16 in Aiden Fernandez. Unsure of who the other guy that came in looked like number 21, Joar Tidblom. Sophomore from Norrköping, Sweden. Natvig plays it back to Avila. Paid back to Tidblom. Just under 13 minutes left to play in this first half. Still 0-0, knotted up if you're just joining us. Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks in the black jerseys, red shorts, black socks with the red lettering. Western Washington in the all-white jerseys, black lettering. Gonzalez now finds its way to Ramirez. Ramirez with a through ball. Lock outside his box, able to clear it. Garber finds Dow. Skyball here by Pablo. Over the top there from Gonzalez. Had few words to say. Coming over the top like he was doing a specky in the AFL. Had some words to say, and head ref's not going to have the back chat. Everything looks okay though. No cards given there just yet. Free kick now for the Vikings. little bit more words being exchanged by either team now. Hakamada to take this free kick. Crosses in. That far side will be a corner for the Vikings here. 12 minutes left to play. Looks as if Fernandez is time to take the free kick. Corner, I should say, sorry. Corner comes in, will fly out the top of the box. Brought away by Ramirez now. Weight of that pass with the intended target of Wagner. Collected well by the Viking defenders. Both teams still searching for that first goal. Always knew it was going to be a very defensive match between the two. Played out to Tesfaye. I think I finally got the last name down according to the pronunciation guide that I have. That clearance there finds its way to Price. Vila with the cross intended for Dow. Vikings now with the throw-in and counter-attack. Finds its way with Johnson. Able to find a way past the defenders with Wall. Back to Johnson. Cuts back, but then defended well there by Natvig. Counter-attack now by the Nighthawks. Just cut back by Smith. Finds Garber. Slow of pace now by the Nighthawks. Allowing themselves to reset. Ball falls with Wagner now. Finds Dow on this near side with some space. Only one defender in Sundberg with him. Crosses in, flying head there from Sullivan Smith. Wagner on the back end of it as well. Both unable to find some skin to put on that ball. So we'll have our first Nighthawk substitutions into the game. Kufadakis and Burrigan. Raul Burrigan, that is, the eldest of the two Burrigans on this Nighthawk squad. Fernandez able to keep that ball there. Finds Johnson at the top of the box. Deflected well there by Jorge Gonzalez. Ramirez now. The lights have come on here in Nampa, Idaho. Just 8 minutes left to play in this first half. Tesfaye finds Sundberg now. Playing the backfield here by Western Washington. Line judge says Sundberg was unable to keep that ball in. Throw in now for the Nighthawks. Wagner finds his roommate in Garber. Burrigan now on that far side. Looking at the GNAC polls, preseason predictions were for Western Washington to win the GNAC this season. Pretty sure they were also tied with Simon Fraser. NNU picked for third this year after their Elite 8 run. Again, we did speak about Western Washington's shock loss to St. Martin's, which sees them in 6th in the GNAC. Ball finds Sunberg now from Henry White, or Hakamata I should say, sorry. Tesfaye finds Tidblom. Gonzalez now. Ramirez to Garber to Avila. Burrigan now on that far side with some space. Let's see what the Nighthawks can make of this with 5 minutes left. Unable to find Cardona. Played well by Western Washington. Gonzalez out to Garber. Garber, Wagner, unable to find Dow. Ball will roll out. Throw in coming the way of the Vikings. Nighthawks defenders pushing up here. Seeing if they can keep the ball in their half for the remaining 5 minutes. Ramirez now. Back to Koufadakis. Defended well there by the Nighthawks. Tesfaye now with the throw-in. Played back to Locke. Koufadakis now. Defended well there by Tidblom. Little lapse in judgment there from the Vikings. Seems as if the rain has started to find its way back to Nampa, Idaho here. The umbrellas are starting to come out. Big throw in here from Koufadakis. Another throw in here. Another opportunity here with 3 minutes left in this first half. Throw in unable to find a Nighthawk player. And Koufadakis will just lob it over to Locke with that kick. Tesfaye now finds Hakamata. Hakamata through ball, unable to find Johnson there, headed well by Dow. Hakamata now out to the far side, finds Whithauer. Unable to be corralled there by Rotter. Wagner now has some space, has an option in Koufadakis, is able to find him. Koufadakis does have what looks like 5 defenders on him though. Taken away by Hakamata. Finds Johnson, let's see what he can do. GNAC leader in scores, or in goals I should say, defended well there by Gonzalez. We'll have a corner kick here. Minute 40 left to play. Do not want to slip up here if you're the Nighthawks. Minute 40 left until the break. Keep this at a 0-0 ball game. Corners in. Headed well. Not able to be kept in there by the Vikings. Minute left in this first half. Nothing to show for it as of yet for both teams. Head coach for the Hawks, James Williamson, just coaching his team on for this final 40 seconds. Ball falls with Jorge Gonzalez now. To Dow. Played to Kufadakis, no, Ramirez, sorry. Johnson. Finds Hayate. Hayate to Wall. Crosses in, unable to find Johnson.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Wagner now, final shot here, finds Locke off his line. Collected well there by Brandon Locke, as that will close out the first half. 0-0 game here, everything to play for in the second half. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Welcome back, fans, for the second half of this JNAC matchup featuring the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene and the Vikings of Western Washington. My name is Josh Bishop. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. 0-0 after 45 minutes. Both these teams finding a few opportunities, nothing to show for it, however. Albin Johnson with 3 shots for the Vikings team leader, and then Cardona, Wagner, and Kufadakis each with a shot. Sawyer Price and Brandon Locke both making a save each. Vikings the only team of the two to have a corner kick with 5. As we start the second half here with a big ball there from Pablo Gonzalez. Will find its way out of bounds. The very reminiscent start to how Seattle Pacific started against our women's Nighthawk team on Thursday. Came out and within the first 2 minutes of the second half, scored the one and only goal of the game. Let's see if the Nighthawks can channel that here. Tidblom finds its way out to Tesfaye on that far side. Our referees for today's game. The head ref in the middle is Raymond Mafati Jr., assisted by Daniel Sanchez and Matthew Sanchez as the line judges. Through ball played in there by Wall. Finds its way out of bounds for a Northwest Nazarene goal kick. Price with the clearance there. Finds Thurman. Thurman back in the game after pulling up earlier in the game. Garber had to come in for him. Good to see that he's back out on the pitch. Not exactly sure what the injury was. May have been just a quick cramp. Ball now with Hayate. Throw in for the Nighthawks. Wagner goes down. The ball will fall with the Vikings defenders. Comes out to Tidblom. Tidblom searching for numbers up front. We'll play it back to Silvetti. Ball will fall with the Nighthawks now. Ramirez. Cardona took his eyes, looked up for a second and missed the pass opportunity. Still falls with Ramirez though, out to Natvig. That luscious mullet flowing in the wind. Did ask me for some tips on how to have a good mullet, as I myself have one. Of course, the unofficial national haircut of Australia. Throw in here for the Vikings. Tidblom going for a march upfield. Moffitt Jr. not having it. Played into the middle now. Finds its way to Serrano. Ball finds Hayate. Hayate out to Fernandez. Fernandez with a cross. Came off the head there of Alvarado, straight into the hands of Price. Finds his way out with Cardona now. He can run. Cuts back to Sully. Wagner now. Out to Smith. Smith will cut back and play to the backfield to Gonzalez. Ball ends up with Fernandez now. Didn't realize until after the first half I never gave the starting lineups, but I do have the starting lineups for the second half. For Western Washington, in goal is still Brandon Locke. Number 6, Caden Wall. Number 9, Diego Alvarado. Number 10, Andrew Rodder. Number 13, Edgar Serrano. Number 14, Kyoto Hayate. Number 16, Aiden Fernandez. Number 18, Sebastiano Silvetti. Number 19, Krubel Tesfaye. Number 21, Yoar Tidblom. And number 23, Elliot Rains. Cardona now will get you those Nighthawks second half starting lineups in just a second. Cardona finds Natvig. Natvig with a little chip into the box, collected well by Locke there. Very good counter-attack here by the Vikings on that far side. Defended well there by Jorge Gonzalez. Ramirez to Wagner. Wagner playing 1-2 there with Rains and able to get it back. Finds Cardona on the near side here. Cardona can be very lethal from this part of the spot. Has a shot just over the bar there. Our starting lineups for Northwest Nazarene for this second half. In goals, number 1, Sawyer Price. Number 2, Grady Thurman. Number 3, Zachariah Dow. Number 4, Jorge Gonzalez. Number 7, Jonathan Cardona. Number 11, Johnny Ramirez. Number 14, Pablo Gonzalez. Number 16, Sullivan Smith. Number 20, Jim Wagner. Number 23, Cameron Natvig. And number 24, Jacob Avila. Smith now finds himself in some space, trying to find his way around Fernandez. Wagner with the fake there, finds its way to Dow. Defended well here by the Vikings. Little pull-up skirt there by Caden Wall, puts Thurman to the floor. Ball boy Braden running there. Gets that ball in quickly for us. Dow with the throw in. Ball played back now to Locke in goals. Switch of field now for the Vikings. And as I say that, they go back to the original side of the field they were attacking from. Caden Wall now, junior from Everett, Washington. Through ball, unable to find a target there for the Vikings. We'll settle with Sawyer Price. Both teams still searching for that opening goal. I'm interested to see who will break the seal first. Ball comes out to Natvig now, in some space. Cuts back. Ball will find its way out to Gonzalez. Plays it wide to Dow. Dow to Thurman now. Thurman with the cross. Cleared out well there. Almost through the uprights of the scoreboard. And then you will have their first corner of the day. Cardona and Ramirez talking between one another of what the tactic is. Corners come in. Fall back to Cardona. Offside given. Quick play the ball now out to Tidblom. Tidblom finds Rains. That's all it's been doing here in Nampa is raining. Ball settles with Hayate now. Dow finds Wagner. Wagner to Smith. Smith back out to Dow. Dow on the far side now. Has a cross in. Unable to find a Nighthawk player there. Wagner unable to get through Tesfaye there. Falls with Pablo Gonzalez now, the junior from Valladolid, Spain. Avila tried to find his counterpart in that Vig, but it will fall to Cardona. Hayate now with a little kick there to Rota. Rota still with the ball. Finds Alvarado on the far side of the box. Alvarado, Natvig now. Alvarado manages to get past Natvig. Defended well there by Jorge Gonzalez. Another corner kick now for the Vikings. Are they able to find that breakthrough goal? Serrano to take the corner. Defended well there by Ramirez. Will fall. Shot taken there by Rains. Falls to Tidblom. Defended well there. Two bodies flying to defend that shot. Looks like it came off Natvig. Corner from the other side now for the Vikings. Caden Wall looks like he's going to step up to take it. Corners in, headed out, shot by Rodder. Skied over into the car park there. Said it on Thursday night with a women's game. If we're playing American football, it'd be a good conversion. Ball crossed out, stopped well there by Rains. Falls to Thurman now. Thurman can run. Manages to find Cardona there on the far side. We'll have a foul back where Thurman passed the ball. Was sort of more focused on whether Cardona could get to the ball or not. Did not see what went on there. Fans screaming Jonah's name. See what he has in store for the Nighthawk faithful. Free kick from Cardona. Not defended very well. Offside call was given. Locke came out unable to get a hand on it, fell with Smith. I did see that line judge flag go up, signaling offside. Nighthawks players unsure about whether it was offside or not. We'll have a throw in for the Hawks. Quick throw in there. Dow plays it out to Pablo Gonzalez. Stopped there by Tesfaye. Falls with Ramirez. Ramirez tries to find that through ball to Cardona. Won't come to fruition. We'll have a goal kick here. Looks like we'll have our first substitution of the second half. In for the Vikings is number 17, Mitchell Hutter. .30 minutes left to play in this match. Hutter coming in for Tesfaye. Head there by Sully, unable to find Wagoner. Will find Thurman, however. Sully goes barreling into the fence over there. We'll make sure he's all right. Moffitt Jr. just checking in on him, making sure there was no bad intent there from either player. Smith looks to be all right here. Throw in going the way of the Vikings. Clock restarts now with the throw in. Ball skied into the air and then back out. We'll have a Vikings throw in. If you're just joining us, it's 0-0. Nighthawks are in the black jerseys, the red shorts, and the black socks with the red lettering. The Vikings feature in the all-white jerseys and the black lettering. Ball is played out now to Hutter. Hutter finds Rains on the near side, sorry. Defended well there by Cardona. Out to Gonzalez now. Ball play back to Silvetti. Through ball there now to Rotter. Rotter with an option at the front of the box. Good save there by Price. Looked as if that was Fernandez there with the shot. Diving Price to save it. Not a very good pass there by Gonzalez. Finds its way with the Vikings. Played back now to Silvetti. Vikings leading goal scorer and GNAC leading goal scorer, Albin Johnson, so far not featured this second half. We'll see when he becomes a factor in this half. Obviously one of the main spark plugs for this Western Washington team, counting for over half of their total goals. Thurman now gets away from his defender, but now has to deal with three of them. Caden Wall. Out to Tidblom. Alvarado now. Finds some space with a shot. Saved well there by Price. Straight into the breadbasket. Play out to Avila now. Ball finds Alvarado. Alvarado Hayate. Little back pass to Reigns. Crosses it in to Fernandez. Dowell able to collect it. Counter attack now for the Nighthawks. Let's see what they can do. Apparently not a whole lot on that one. Ball finds Rodder now for the Vikings on that far side. Shot now. Saved by Sawyer. Off the boot of Serrano. Sort of kicked up a bit after Sawyer originally got a hand on it. Just able to stop it from trickling into that far post. Looking towards who these teams will play after today. Next week, NNU will play Western Oregon. That will be a home series on the 5th of October, so Thursday, before going to Montana State the following Thursday. And for Western Washington, they will play Seattle Pacific next Thursday, followed by Simon Fraser up in Burnaby, British Columbia. On the Saturday of that same week. Everything still left to play for here. Thurman tries to find Dow. He's able to. No offside call, no ball out. Will be a corner. Tidblom asking the line judge over there whether he saw anything. Usman Garber back in the game for Thurman for the Nighthawks. Jacob Sundberg in for the Vikings. Coming in for Rotter. Ramirez now to take the corner. Crosses a low one, deflected well by Wall. Flies out to Natvig. Counter-attack coming now for the Vikings. Hayate able to find Rotter. Sorry, Rotter did not come out of the game. Just went to go get a little drinks break. Ball played out to Avila now by Price. Avila able to find Ramirez. Out to Garber now. Cameroon native. Ball skied out there by the Vikings. Throw in now for the Nighthawks. Just making sure that ball gets out of play. Deflected well by Natvig. Ball will go out though for a Vikings throw-in. 3 more players in. Johnson finds his first seconds of the second half. Hakamada back in as well. Ryan Rotter, the third and final substitution. See what they can provide to this game. Good play the ball now by the Vikings. Comes out to Fernandez. Fernandez finds Serrano to Hakamata. Cuts past one. Deflected well there by Gonzalez. Shot. Head. Out. Cross there from Serrano onto the head of Johnson. Just out the far side of the post. Both teams still vying for that first goal of the game. Bit over 20 minutes left to play. Win here, obviously crucial for both sides. Both teams still looking to get into the win column in the GNAC. NNU, of course, drawing with Seattle Pacific on Thursday. Western Washington, a shock loss to St. Martin's. Ball finds Johnson now. Has some space, finds a cross, defected well there by Garber. Foul given there, stoppage of clock. Looks like we may have a card, or at least a talking to. Looks like Moffett will reach into his back pocket. Yellow card there for Silvetti, first card of the game. Sullivan Smith seems okay, bit of a limp, but looks like he will be all right. Looks like Avila will take the free kick. Cross is in. Locke jumps up and collects it. Hutter with a through ball. Tries to find Hakamata. Price will handle it. Ball played out to the far side by Sundberg, or to Sundberg. Great defensive showing here by both teams. Ball now with Alvarado with the cross across goal. Finds its way to Fernandez. Fernandez to Rodder. Rodder cuts inside. Defended well there by Natvig. Another corner now for the Vikings. Had more corners than a 12-sided shape here in this game. Seems as if Serrano will take it. Ball played out. Rodder with the kick. Field goal's good. Goal isn't, however. That ball skied into the Olsen apartments. Over near your friend and mine, Dakota Hutton King's dwelling, we'll call it. Substitutions in for the Nighthawks. Jimmy Kufudakis, number 9, is in. Ooh. Not sure if there was a foul given there. But looked like Natvig and Fernandez both went for a ball there on this near side. Bit more mouthing going on between the two sides. Cardona not happy with that foul being given. Silvetti now. Defended well by the rock-hard head of Natvig. Kufadakis now with some space. Kicked it over to Caldwell. Will be a throw-in, however. Cleared out there by the Vikings, finds its way to the defenders of the Nighthawks. Down now, cuts out to Kufadakis. Defended well there and into the track and field complex. Braden's got to run even further this time. Might as well compete while he's there. Out to Ramirez now. Ramirez. Cardona pulls up with it. Has a shot. Just over the net. Referees are calling for a corner kick. Just over 15 minutes left to play in this match. Both teams unable to find the breakthrough. Crosses in, far side, just over the head of Gonzalez. Will roll out for a Vikings throw-in. Either team not ready, it seems, to make that decision to score a goal. Much like when you have a 3-litre drink at the movies during a 3-hour movie and you're not sure whether you go to the toilet and miss out or not. But we'll see what happens here. Ball falls with Ramirez. Cuts back inside. Has Cardona in some space. Cardona unable to dance around the defenders. Goes down. Referee says it was all ball. Ramirez with the shot. Saved by Locke. And a quick throw it now to Hakamada. A lot of open space for him there. Has Rodder at the edge of the box. Hakamada cuts in with the shot. Saved by Price. Rodder now finds Fernandez. Defended well there by Garber. And then Kufadakis is brought down. We will have a foul. Looked like Ryan Rotter. Stop of clock. Looks like we will have another card here. Mafferty's pulled it out again. It was on number 5, Ryan Rotter. On number 9, Jimmy Kufadakis. Free kick coming. Quick play by Gonzalez now. Finds Cardona. Cleared out well there by Hata. Will fall with Usman Garba. Back heel by Cardona. Avila now. Avila with a long ball to Kufadakis. And then for a third time this game, skied into. You can finish the sentence. Throw in for the Nighthawks here. Braden's already run a half marathon today. Might as well sign up for one whilst he's at it. Throw in now for Kufadakis. Looks like it will be a long one. Cleared well there by the Vikings. Falls with Johnson now. Garber and Tidblom. No foul, just a throw-in by the looks of it. Cross comes in, will fly out to Price. Fight there between Ramirez and Rotter. Ramirez with a ball. Will it find Cardona? Just a bit too much juice on it. If I'm recalling correctly, we do not play tiebreakers during the GNAC regular season. Still a 0-0 ball game. Gonzalez to Natvig on the near side here. Natvig making a great run, saved well there by the Vikings. Seemed as if it was harder with that defensive save. Gonzalez now just getting a bit too physical with Alvarado. Foul given. Looks like, if any, there might only be one goal in this game between these two sides. Cardona and Fernandez there. Falls with Serrano. Alvarado with the cross far side. Deflected well there by Dow. And then Kufadakis pushed over there. Not sure who it was by. Kufadakis surely not happy about it. The time starts to wind down. The pressure starts to mount. And both teams get a bit more chippy. Extend that little extra. Wagner back into the game in the place of Johnny Ramirez. Wagner, of course, NNU's leading goal scorer, freshman from the Netherlands. Let's see if he can provide a spark for them. Got another throw in here for the Nighthawks. Dow plays the ball, unable to find Cardona. Given up to Fernandez now. Alvarado and Wagner going at it. Hakamada to Alvarado. Alvarado will play it back to Hutter. Silvetti now in foul trouble. Will pass it out to Tesfaye back in the game. Fernandez now to Serrano. Alvarado plays it long to look like Sundberg, or, yep, Sundberg it was. Hakamada unable to keep the ball in, will fall to Dow. Eight minutes left to play in this match. Dow now finds Kufadakis. Plays it out to Natvig on the near side. Natvig to Cardona. Cardona dances. Unable to get his way around the two Viking defenders in Fernandez and Hutter. Natvig well defended there into the Nighthawk bench. Silvetti with a sky ball into the HBM sign out near the pickleball courts. vacated for today. A bit too wet for the pickleball fanatics. Western Washington throw in here. Ball with Rotter now. Rotter plays it back to Hakamata. Hakamata with a shot. Skied over into the kids playing soccer out the back. Not sure how many goals they've scored over there. Price telling his teammates to push upfield. Just over 6 minutes left to play here. Hakamata with the big cross. Alvarado and Gonzalez both go down. Gonzalez looked like he landed on that tailbone. Alvarado just happened to be the base of that. Both are up and seem to be all right. Yellow card given against Jorge Gonzalez for a dangerous jump. It was his second of the game. All the Nighthawks players, it seems, pleading the case for Gonzalez. Cardona sticking around for a bit more. Opportunity now for the Vikings. James Williamson just asking Raymond Moffat Jr. the reasoning for it. Moffat wants it to be over and done with, but he's going to come and have a chat with Williamson. Have a little time stoppage here in NNU at Nampa. Little bit of trivia for you. You can put it in the comments. Who is the all-time leading goal scorer for the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks? I'm not going to tell you the answer. You'll just have to hope that you're correct. Back to the game. We'll have Edgar Serrano with the free kick. Short little free kick there. Defended well by the Nighthawks. Will be another corner, sorry. It is Jake Levine, right? If you've locked in your answers, I do actually have the correct answer for you. Since NNU became a D2 program, the leading goal scorer for the Nighthawks for the men's is the one and only Jake Levine. So you don't win anything because you got the name, but it's a good morale boost. Ball will find its way back to Locke here. Two goalkeepers just having a kick around together. Alvin Johnson there trying to find a deflection. Ball is skied up like a set in volleyball. Both teams still searching for the one goal they need to win this match. Johnson with a beautiful touch there. Able to get round Avila. Johnson saved well there by Jorge Gonzalez. And boy, is he pumped. Nat Vig screaming at his teammates, telling him, hey, let's get in the box. We got something to defend here. Both teams want those 3 points that come from winning. Will help them immensely in the standings. Cross comes in. Saved well there by Price. No real danger. See what counterattack they've got in store. Wagner unable to find anyone with that kick besides a Viking defender. Johnson now. Cross comes in, far side. Ball is able to be kept in by Sundberg. Plays it back to Hakamata. Cuts back into Alvarado on the edge of the box. Ball played to Hutter. Hutter gets round Smith. Finds Johnson. Defended well there by Natvig. Goal kick given. Natvig is pumped. One of the premier defenders in the GNAC. Of course, one of the returners from last year's historic run. Just under 3 minutes left to play here. Still everything to play for. Throw in comes in. Falls with Hakamata. Brought down, ref says all ball. Cardona plays it back to Natvig. Hakamata finds Sundberg. Back to Tesfaye. Finds its way to Hutter. Hutter with the through ball. Proves futile with that chase from Sundberg. Sawyer Price with the goal kick. Kufadakis with a good play of the ball. Smith. Is he able to find Wagner? Nope. It's being kicked out yet again. I am interested to see how many steps Braden has taken today, our ball boy, during the duration of this game. Throw in here by Kufadakis. Falls back with him. Will take it up the line. Crosses in, far side. Dow's there. Hits it back down and then cleared out by Fernandez. 30 seconds left on the clock. Kufadakis looking like he'll go for one more giant throw-in. This feels very reminiscent of last year. Kufadakis with a throw. Finds its way out. 10, 9, quick play the ball there by Locke. 7, 6, will find its way to Price, and that looks like it will be the end of this game. Very hard fought match between these two heavyweights. NNU will go to 2 draws on the GNAC season. Western Washington move to 1 loss and 1 draw. Thank you for tuning in with us. We will see you guys on the 5th of October when the Nighthawks take on Western Oregon. I have been Josh Bishop. I hope you've had a great time, and we'll see you next time.